Hello everyone, welcome to our live session with Sirus Migration. We're talking about lots of Australian immigration related information during this session. If you haven't experienced our live session, welcome to you for the first time. My name is Isuru Yapa. I'm an Australian registered migration agent. And now got Ashani right next to me. She's an Australian migration registered migration agent and New Zealand registered migration agent as well now. So congratulations. We got a lot to talk about today.
Yes, so many changes, new changes that we've all been waiting for many months has happened. It's all new to everyone, including us and the immigration from the news we are hearing. So we are going to break it down to you. That's the main focus of our final session today.
I can't believe this is the last session for 2024. I feel like 2024 just came around not long ago, and it's almost the last session, and this is the last live session that we're going to be talking about. So if you have any quick decisions that you want to make about your immigration pathway to Australia, or what's your story or what's your expansion in Australia going to be looking like, and you have some questions, the best time to catch us now. We're going to go on a holiday for a couple of weeks as well very soon. So ask us any question related to Australian migration related questions. We give you an opportunity to type your question down below, whether you're coming from Facebook, YouTube, or any other platforms. So type your question in the comment section down below, and we'll try to answer your questions live. While we're there, we're going to be focusing this on mainly on new changes about SID, the work visa categories, and also NIV, the greatest GTI program's new shape. And it's also the time to remind you, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, hit that subscribe button now. And if you're coming from Facebook, hit the like button, so you'll be exposed to all these live sessions with us and sharing the information live with you. So
do you want to start with the National Innovation Visa?
Yeah, we can start with the National Innovation Visa. So the GTI, the Global Talent Visa, has now been reshaped since the day before yesterday, 7th of December. Not 7th, right?
No, it was from Monday. Actually, it officially started last Friday with the new visa. They have combined the GTI and also the
Business Innovation Visa into a certain extent as well. So they have introduced a priority system. Department of Department of Home Affairs has given a priority system for GTI, or the Global Talent Independent Visa Program. So the National Innovation Visa priority starts from priority 1, 2, 3, 4. They prioritize high-end categories who's got Nobel prizes, any awards, Able Prize, Turning Awards. There's whole heap of
requirements there.
Awards that you can have. If you have one of them, you'll be the top priority, or the priority 1. And there's a priority 2 category where your nomination is,
and you can be from any sector as well. So these priorities has nothing to do with the sectors. They still have the sectors.
Absolutely.
But the priorities doesn't matter which sector, as long as you're that high kind of person who's won one of these international awards, then you will be given priority 1.
You could be a international
Nobel
sports
Prize
person.
Winner.
Yeah.
And also you still need an invitation.
Yes.
So it's not like you can apply for the visa by itself.
So NIV is an invitation-only visa, 858 subclass. So this can only be applied through an invitation. So you have to put an expression of interest. With the expression of interest, there are certain ways you can be nominated. You have to be nominated for this one. Can be nominated by different ways. So that concerns the priority 2. Priority 2. If you were nominated by one of the government's Australian Commonwealth agencies
state government.
or an state government. So state governments using different, for an example, at the moment, Queensland is using Trade Investment Queensland's arm to nominate. So they have further dug this down into regions. So they have for Southeast Asia, they have someone sitting in Trade Investment Queensland representative sitting in India, processing that whole region's applications. So because they've got better knowledge about the region and your activities. That's an example. So if you got a state government invitation, you'll be priority 2. So your application will be processed faster, and also if you have exceptional from tier 1. Achievements in critical technologies, health industries, so renewable and low emission technologies, you'll be tier 3. So again, you need to be nominated, but it doesn't have to. You don't have to be nominated by a state government or a Commonwealth government for that to be in tier 3.
No, tier 1. So that will be the priority 3.
Yes.
So there's 3 industries in tier 1: critical technologies, health industries, and renewable and low emission technologies. If you are a high caliber person in one of these 3 sectors, then you will be priority 3. Yeah.
Yes. And priority 1, you need to have these Nobel prizes and stuff like that. For priority 3, you don't have to have
That's
it.
right.
Priority 4 goes to agri, food tech, all the, like if you I don't know if you remember, don't know, or familiar much with the GTI program. We had 10 different target sectors. If you're from any other target sector other than those target sectors that we talked about, you'll be in priority 4.
Yeah.
I still need to be nominated. I don't know if you'd like me to quickly go ahead with explain you how the GTI works. So you need to be nominated by a company or a state government or a person in prominent background.
As the same field as
the same field as you.
Yeah.
And then they will go through the screening process, and if you fit one of the criteria, so there's no criteria, they accept your caliber or the prominence in the field, then you'll be granting an invitation to go ahead with your visa application. Then you apply for your visa application for yourself and the rest of the family. Great thing about this visa, there is no age limit or age benchmarking or English requirements for this visa.
And I think another big difference with this new 858 NIV coming to place is what's going to happen to the distinguished talent. That was the beginning of this subclass 858 before the GTI came into place. If you are eligible for a distinguished talent by a profession or a sport, you could just apply for the visa. You don't need to have an invitation. But those people now will also have to go through the invitation process.
Absolutely.
You cannot lodge a visa anymore without getting an invitation, even if you're eligible for the distinguished talent stream.
I mean, distinguished talent, if you're an Olympic winner or a high caliber person, there are faster pathways, but again as
go
Ashani
through
said,
the
you need to go through the
invitation.
UI invitation
That's right.
process. Yes.
Yeah.
And then now we the one of the biggest news that we had behind us was last week was a reshape of the work visa. So 457, the grandfather, and 482, it became 482, but 482 TSS now become 482 SID. 482 temporary skill shortage visa now is called 482 skill in demand visa, and that has created a different path altogether, and we have to sort of walk out from the normal paradigms get our head out from medium to long-term list and the short-term skill occupation list. The occupation lists are now changed again, and certain occupations been taken out and certain occupations been introduced. So
without I'll try my best to make it as simple as possible. So let's forget about the 482 TSS. The new visa is called, still it's a subclass 482. It's SID, Skill in Demand, has 4 streams. First is the specialist skill. Specialist skill is for, again, sort of like high caliber people where their salary is $135,000 or more. And they've clearly mentioned that, truck drivers and some of the other trade people cannot apply under this stream, even though their salary is $135,000 or more. Plus, for this stream, there is no occupation list. You can apply under any ANSCO as long as it's not trade or truck drivers. You can apply under any stream, any ANSCO code, as long as your salary is $135,000 or more. Still, the other requirements of the 482 applies to you. The age, the English, they all apply to you, but just 1 year work experience. Either 1 year full-time, or it can be casual part-time pro rata, equivalent to 1 year of work experience. So that is the first stream that they have introduced.
That's also, there are the introduction for this one, like the highlights for it is there is no limitation for which ANSCO code, but 2 years work requirement has now gone down to 1 year.
1 year, yeah.
And also with that 1 year, earlier casual was controversial. Casual work hours were not being counted, but now the casual work hours can be counted.
Yeah, which is a big development actually, and the 2 year going down to 1 year is also a huge development, especially for international students finishing their studies and start working, and after 1 year, in a short period of 1 year where their 485 is 2 years, they are eligible to apply for a work visa.
Yeah.
And there's 456 occupations. That brings us to our second stream, which is the core skills stream.
Yeah.
They have introduced a new occupation list called CSOL, or the Core Skills Occupation List, which has 456 occupations. Some of the very interesting occupations are added to this list. This is the most similar to subclass 482 TSS visa. The minimum salary has to be $73,150, and your occupation has to be one of these 456 occupations, and every other requirement is exactly similar to 482 apart from the work experience. Work experience is still, as Isuru said, gone down from 2 years to now only 1 year, and casual or part-time can be counted pro rata for this 1 year work experience. But they also mentioned that you have to have the qualifications and skills and experience necessary to perform this role. You need to prove that. With this, I would actually go through some of the occupations that were added that we thought is really good and very interesting. Number 1 is childcare worker. Childcare worker used to be only in regional occupation list and some dharmas. Now, for example, if you're a childcare worker with certificate 4, has got 1 year work experience anywhere in Australia, if your employer is willing, you can be employed. You can be sponsored either for a subclass 482 or subclass 186. For 186, obviously you need that skills assessment and 3 years work experience. Yeah. But just get this in, understand this. If your occupation is one of these 456 new occupations, you are now eligible to apply for permanent residency directly through the employer, as long as you have the skills assessment, necessary English, and 3 years full-time work experience after qualification.
What Ashani is trying to say is, like, earlier certain short-term skill occupation listed occupations couldn't apply for 186 direct entry, which is permanent residency. You had to go through 482 temporary skill visa, and then after working 2 years, earlier it was 3 years, then apply for 186.
Yeah.
Now, with even if your occupation is not in medium to long term list, you can still go directly into 186 as long as you have 3 years work experience and your skill assessment.
And someone's asking about the age. You have to be under 45 years old.
And you need to have a minimum of compete in English, which is IELTS 6 in each band or PTE 50 in each band.
Yeah, some of the occupations that were added are agricultural and agri-tech technician. So that's not the agricultural consultant, that is the lower level skill. Even technicians can now apply for the 482 or 186. There's agronomist, air transport professionals not elsewhere classified. There's beauty therapist. There's building associates. There's chemical plant operator, childcare worker. There's office managers, there's many cybersecurity occupations, data analysts, dental prosthetists, there's diver, there's education reviewer, electronic engineering technician, there's what are the other important ones? There's fleet managers, there's furniture makers, there's hospitality, retail and service managers not elsewhere classified, there's hotel service managers, landscape gardener, there's light technicians, metal casting trades workers, as I said earlier, office manager is there. There's out of school hours care worker, picture framer, plastic technician, plumbers. What else? What are the? There's retail manager general, which was again on the ROL earlier. There's sales representatives, industrial products, sales representative, medical and pharmaceutical products, ships engineer, shoemaker, supply chain analyst, telecommunications cable joiner, telecommunications technician, tour guide, travel agency manager, travel consultants, tree workers. All of these occupations are new, added to the list, is eligible for 482 anywhere in Australia or subclass 186 permanent residency. And also there's cook, which was on the short-term list, and chef, which was on the long-term list. People were really worried if these occupations going to go away from the list. They are still there. And also the motor mechanics, diesel motor mechanics, light vehicle, there's bicycle mechanics and small engine mechanics. They were also the other occupations some of our clients were worried about. They're all still in the list. And the occupations, if we look at what were removed from the list, they were actually the occupations that were not really used. One of the big ones that I think would be a problem is the cafe and restaurant manager. But I feel like it is replaced by another occupation, which is hospitality managers, not elsewhere classified. So if you really look at it, this occupation list, I think it's a really good initiative that gives people many options to apply for work visas, as long as you have an Australian employer to support
sponsor.
you. Yeah.
And so with work visa, you don't need to go through this point test or hard English test, etc.
Yeah.
All you need is an employer and 1 year work experience with relevant qualifications behind you.
So that is the second stream, core skills, and the third stream is the essential skills, which we haven't seen the criteria yet, or we haven't seen an occupation list. I'm hoping that it probably won't have an occupation list just like the specialist skill, but we are still waiting to see more details about the essential skills third stream. And the fourth one is Dharma. Dharma is also a great program.
Very fast.
Yes. DA approvals, sometimes you get them within days. And I think Dharma is a program that is probably not used as it should be. There are more opportunities for Dharmas for people, because Australia is all about developing regional Australia as well. So there's good opportunities in regional Australia for people to go and live there, have families there and expand. Therefore, I think Dharma is also something we will, as a company too, will focus next year. We talk more about Dharma, try to educate people more about Dharma to use this great program.
Having said all that, we've got a good round of 189, 190 in last few months. So we are expecting to have another good round of 189 and 190 coming, hopefully towards the end of the month or early January for the next year. So if you think you got good score, good points to go through general skill migration, where you don't want to spend your time going through your employers to nominate you, you can also consider going through your 189, 190, 491 general skill migration pathways too. So let's go see, there are a few questions. We'll go from the top, Mario, that's fine, we'll just address them. So Salman Mohammed's asking if he wants to work. So Salman, it's a process. You need to have a relevant work experience and qualifications, and have to have an Australian employer who's willing to sponsor you. If you think you're eligible, you're most welcome to be in touch, and then we can probably help you or guide you through your visa application process. Binara Udayanga, age. So not really sure of the full question. I'm sure that you're talking about the 482 age requirement or the work visa for age requirement. So the age requirement for 482 or the work visa is there is no age limit, but if you were to go permanent residency, you have to be below 45 years age of 45 years.
Yeah, Chamod is asking, is the work experience from last 5 years? Not for 482, but for 186, the permanent visa, experience has to be in the last 5 years.
Binara Udayanga saying civil engineering technician. We don't
really understand the question, but if it's again about 482, I have to check civil engineering technician in the new list. I don't have the full list with me. This list is new to us as well. We are also learning, but we will definitely go through, and if you can send us an email, we'll get back to you and confirm if the civil engineering technician is there. See, the list is not alphabetical either, so even if you just have to go through the whole list to see if it's there. Salman is saying, oh, he's 41. Yeah, as we said, for work visa, there is no age restriction. But if you're looking for PR, it's normally 45. But then again, there is Dharma, which most of the occupations get an age waiver for up to 55 years age.
Yeah. And I guess it's the end of 2024 for us in your live platforms live, in the social media platforms live. So we will continue to work. The offices are working all the way. We don't take any new appointments from 20th till 6th, I guess. Other than that, our operations 24/7, every day, everywhere. So for all the clients who joined us throughout the year and who asked questions, who signed up with us, who's got visas with us, who's got feedbacks from us, thank you very much for considering Sirus Migration Education, and we hope you're going to enjoy your holiday season, and we wish you all the best for coming Christmas period and also the New Year period. Stay safe, enjoy your holidays, stay more time with your families.
Merry Christmas to whoever celebrates Christmas. If not, have happy holidays and
Happy New Year to everyone.
Got a big year ahead. Excited for next
See
year.
you soon in 2025.